up a couple minutes early here. Take you guys on a nice walk. We're gonna go on a little nature walk first, and then get into downtown. Yeah, we're right on the Rideau River. We're gonna take a nice walk this way, and yeah, come for a walk. We'll get into downtown, see what's happening there, talk about stuff. Feel free to in the comments to ask questions. I'll try to answer them if you have any. Really glad to have you guys on board. All you wonderful people. It's been quite the experience. Just putting everything together, going through my live streams. I want to have some ideas for that. I want to clip out some of the interviews and some of the highlights and make some videos about those, just so it's easily accessible and you don't have to sift through a 1 or 2 hour or even 3 hour live stream. I've met some incredible people along the way. Beautiful spot in Ottawa we're at right now. That's why I just wanted to take you here. I want to start off on that note. Here's a duck. I just want to start off on a nice positive note. And heck, we got craziness going down in Ukraine right now. We'll touch up on that. That's just a whole developing situation in itself. Quite the distraction, that's for sure. It's about 7 minutes after 11 Eastern Ottawa time. This is the Ottawa crossing. This is kind of a neat spot. We're gonna go further down though. We're not gonna cross here. If you cross here, it takes you into Sandy Hill and then up into the Ottawa University. Well, I'll just poke you over the bridge here just to show you. So super nice here in the summertime. It's really shallow, and you can basically put your lawn chair right across. Like, people put their lawn chairs and they hang out in the rapids. You can dip your feet in. It's nice on like a plus 30 day. But yeah, we'll go for a walk down this way. Here come the firefighters with their lights on. Wonder what's up. That's like the weakest siren ever. Try to do the comments the best I can. It's so bright out, and I got my brightness turned up to like 95%, and I can still barely see the screen. Action. We got action. Doesn't look too busy. Maybe someone just not feeling well. It's usually the case. But we'll carry on. You little boots. We'll carry on. We'll go for this nice walk. Super slippery, guys. A couple days ago there was a bit of a freezing rain event, and we got a good little layer of ice on everything. Got my special boots. They got cleats on them. I don't know if you can see that. They got like flip down cleats. Quite handy in these conditions. Here's all the ducks. You see all the ducks, guys? All the quackers. Quack quack. Chilling in the sun in their vitamin D's, their photons. All right, let's go for a nice walk. It's a little bit of a hike to downtown. I don't know if if you guys are familiar where I am, I'm kind of right near River Rain Park, Rito Tennis Club, and yeah, this is like kind of the spot where people can access the rapids. Is that a messenger duck? That's a messenger duck. Cool. Yeah, there's all sorts of different kinds of quackers along here. So this isn't the Rideau Canal. This is it diverts at a kind of Hogsback, Mooney's Bay area, and like this part of the river is where the Hogsback goes, it flows down, and then it comes out here and drains into the Ottawa, and then there's the canal part which separates and goes past like kind of the experimental farm and the arboretum and Dow's Lake, and then the whole canal system that goes along Colonel By and Queen Elizabeth Drive. Yeah, what a beautiful day, eh? So, some news. Let's start. So Justin, he yesterday, and Doug Ford as well, they revoked the Emergencies Act that they invoked 2 days previous. So what that entails, it's up for you to decide. I don't know. It was supposed to, it got voted. Oh, it was like, and what's really interesting too is the vote count. Oh, what was it? It was like 181 to like 53 or something. But someone mentioned that it was the exact same vote count that occurred when his father implemented the War Measures Act, which is interesting. Like if you're into numbers and stuff. So that's a curious duplicity, I guess. That those exact numbers, the A's and A's, were identical. And so yeah, the whole thing is just angering how it was just implemented without really any due course, and a lot of people sold us out, I would say. You know, I'm not going to get into a big name calling thing here, but a lot of people hoodwinked you and pulled the rug out from underneath you, and then 2 days later they revoke it after all the damage is done. And so like, I hope there's a huge legitimate inquiry about why it happened and what we can do to never have it happen again under these circumstances, like enacting the Emergencies Act on peaceful protesters. And you know, I don't think the criteria was met. I think it was a real like knee-jerk reaction. I don't know, the thumbnail for this live stream, I think it's pretty suiting as to, I guess, one of the highlight incidents of this whole thing, where this Mohawk elder got trampled by the Toronto mounted police. And it was interesting too, because there was her name was said to be Roberta Paulson, which turned out to be fake. And someone I'd read in the comments said that's like a weird reference to the January 6th incident in the USA. And her name, like that name, like came up like a Robert Paulson or Roberta Paulson. But her name is Candace. I'm not gonna say her last name, but her name is Candace, and she's doing okay. A little banged up and bruised up, but she's a trooper. She's doing okay. Drinking her Timmies. So yeah, the police they said it was a bicycle that was thrown in front of the horses, and that caused it, which is complete BS. It was her walker that was on the ground. That it's just, the law enforcement and the media are definitely doing a good job at twisting the stories around in this whole event. It's really despicable. You should be ashamed of yourselves. It's almost like ASMR with these cleats on the ice. Oh, so yeah, this whole like Ukraine-Russia thing, it's serious. It's a big like diversion. It's been brewing for a long time. I know the whole Donbass region has been a contentious issue for a long time, and I guess my first question is, I don't know, maybe there is people who are a lot smarter geopolitically than me, and I wonder, how come Vladimir Putin, who is a graduating member of the World Economics Forum's Young Global Leaders program, like, and all these politicians on the other side are all graduate members of Klaus's Young Global Leaders program. To me, that tells me it's just, the powers that be behind the scenes are funding both sides, and it's just a mess that way. It's you know what I'm saying? I wish I could see my screen. The comments are, it's so bright. Yeah, like just terrible. Like, war is terrible. And like the Canadian government and military have sent lots of supplies and personnel over to Ukraine to aid in that. So yeah, the defense industry makes a lot of money. Is going to make a lot of money. The bankers are going to make a lot of money as usual. I guess in the a new movement is because of this whole freedom convoy thing. We have a new movement that's sprung up. I think it's been named the People's Convoy, and so it looks like large groups of truckers and peeps are heading towards Fortress, Washington, D.C., and they should do it in other places too. Slow roll the stuff, I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna. I'm glad I just saw that. Someone's enjoying the walk and the talk. There you go. That makes me feel good. As long as you're enjoying it. And if you're not, that's fine too. I love you anyways. So yeah, just walking around along the Rideau River here. Beautiful park here. Kind of North River Road. City should come pick that up. But yeah, one of my guilty hobbies is metal detecting, and I've had a lot of success in this park. This used to be a rail line here that we're walking on, and it's a bike path when there is no snow and ice. Yeah, right along here is this grass. People have nice picnics and weddings and all sorts of fun stuff. Of course, people drop stuff, and I find it with my metal detector. Find some cool stuff. A lot of garbage though. That's part of the deal with metal detecting. You pick up so much garbage, but then you do get the odd gem. Beautiful coins or jewelry or just random old things. One of my favorite finds was an axe head this past year. A very, very old axe head. I'm fortunate enough to own a beautiful property, a beautiful 4-acre property with a beautiful little river on the back and crown land on the back of that, and big birch trees, and just a stunning little piece of Canadian wilderness. So fortunate to own it. And yeah, We found, I was metal detecting in there and found the axe head, which is pretty sweet. Ottawa is pretty old, but compared to like Europe, no. But there's some pretty old buildings and happenings that have occurred here. I think the oldest dated thing I found was there's a swimming hole called the Pond in Rockcliffe Park, very wealthy, affluent area of Ottawa, and I found a Canadian dime from 1910. And it's still in good condition. Silver. So that would be silver as well. Nice little swimming hole. It's kind of gotten a bit more like... sometimes the people that show up there are very possessive about it. Even though it's like a city property, like there's a lot of, you know, understandable, because sometimes people show up at night and have a party, and it's like, you know, there's some very wealthy people's backyards facing the pond, and so I can understand, but they have, like, you know, you're not supposed to be swimming after, like, I think 4 o'clock or something. Anyways, it's a beautiful place, nice, clean, it's fed. It used to be a sand quarry. Oh, this isn't all groomed. I was liking my nice groomed trail here. That's all right. We got the gimbal, so it won't be all shaky for you. Wow, what a beautiful day, guys. It's not too cold. A little bit cold, but not too cold. So we're kind of coming up on the back of the RCMP building in Coventry, where the baseball stadium, where all the convoy leaders were, where the whole base camp was. That just got dismantled the other day. That was a whole big police operation. Kind of really annoying, unnecessary road closures as well during that. Pain in the ass. I would say the whole like red zone and the police blockades caused more traffic chaos in this city than the convoy ever brought along in 3 weeks. I'll tell you that much. Innocent people being like, papers please. You know, I just want to go get a coffee in my neighborhood, and people are like, families the cops asking for their papers. Fuck's that. Pardon my language, sorry. I'll try to keep that swearing to a minimum. And I guess, yeah. A lot of people are asking, did I receive any threats or anything? Nothing directly. So that's good. But a lot of other live streamers obviously got arrested. Zot and Tire Roaster Garage. The Marcel Irney, there was a vid of him getting hassled in his RV. He's in Kelowna. And then another guy, Mr. Sunshine Baby, another YouTuber. He's like quite prolific poster, you know, like he would post videos like almost like every hour or two on the whole situation, like very, very active channel. And he was saying he got a call from government officials and an email from government officials basically saying, like, take this stuff off the YouTube or else, kind of thing. And yeah, so that happened to that guy. I think me personally, in my last live stream, I don't know if you guys noticed, I was like standing near a line, standing with like some protesters, and then there was a line of police near Spark Street near the end of the video. And while I was standing there, two kind of tactical guys, like snatched, like I would call them like a snatch team, kind of knocked, like kind of elbowed the RCMP guy with the baton, and kind of like they like kind of pointed me out, and they were getting ready to grab me, and I noticed that totally, and I just kind of backed off and walked away. and feel like getting grabbed for reasons like that, like where it's perfectly legally allowed to be there and there's no law against filming, and then to have that potentially happen to you. I've been around the block a lot. I've done lots of martial arts training. I'm really good at reading people, and yeah, I saw that happening and didn't want to experience what would happen if they did grab me. So this is the 417, the Queensway. One underneath it. Graffiti. And like my whole goal in all this, in this live streaming, is just to capture everything truthfully and to show the world what really transpired, as unedited as possible. So yeah, we're gonna cross this old train bridge here, and then that'll bring us kind of closer to downtown. You can kind of see downtown like in the distance way over there. So this is a beautiful song. When that weather is a bit nicer. I like riding in the winter myself. The path when it's clear is very nice. It goes for a nice distance. I said in the previous video, a bit of a cycling nut. I love bicycles. Had a motorcycle. Figured out it wasn't for me. A little crotch racket. But yeah, do love cars. I love. My best friend, when we were kids, they had a subscription to the Car and Driver, and we just totally geek out on Car and Driver when we were kids, and we knew all the 0 to 60 stats and all that fun stuff. It's on top. Lots of good fishing in this river. Lots of pike and bass, and big perch, and carp and catfish. No skating on this one. That would be the canal. We'll probably end up taking a little walk on the canal. I can see it happening as we get closer to downtown. I just really wanted to start you guys off like down here, away from downtown. Ottawa is such a pretty city. It really is. So this bubble dome is where the Ottawa GG's teams play, Ottawa University. Okay, so we'll take this nice path here. hope you're enjoying this walk. It's nice to be out. I just wanted to do a live stream. A lot of people were really worried about me. Thank you. Everything's okay. Looks like a lot of the provinces are dropping mandates in the next couple weeks. But I've heard, like it's going to be kind of, nothing really changes. They're just going to transfer it to some sort of federal program or just leave the onus up to the businesses. Wow. Nice walk. Yeah, you can see all the kind of the glare of the ice and the branches. Not so much ice where it's like folding the branches over, but enough. It's funny, yes. I go to scrape my car yesterday, and the first kind of scrape, the end of my scraper breaks in half. I'm like, are you kidding me? And like my car was like basically like encapsulated in ice, and all I had was this like little weeny piece of like scraper left. I'm like, so I walked to the Dollarama came through as they always do, and I got a nice scraper and walked back home and scraped away. Tower crane. I just wanted to ask an operator what they do when they gotta go for a leak. Be an interesting job, flying a tower crane. Seen one vid, the guy had like a little espresso machine, and he had his like no shoes on, just his sock feet up, and drinking a little espresso. It looked like he was living the life. Woo. Alright, so we're kind of in the back end of this campus. It used to be Algonquin College campus, then the Ottawa U acquired it. This is kind of Lees Avenue, back end of Lees Avenue. And then we're going to kind of come up and we'll pop up right near the canal. Guys working on the rebar there. Nice day to work outside. There's not really any wind. Not sure what they're building here. This is very new. PCL construction. I remember doing a tree job a whole nother lifetime ago, and we had to go on a PCL site, and it was all the safety orientation and whatnot to get on the property was pretty impressive. Very, very safety oriented company, which is good. There's a lot of accidents that happen in construction. A lot of people get hurt. I did done a lot of different jobs. Done like, you know, flat roofing with hot tar. I've done lots of years doing tree work, landscaping, all that stuff. Seen lots of stuff. A good friend of mine, he's a ISA arborist, also an instructor. The amount of knowledge this guy has is just so impressive. I love picking his brain. But I sent him a vid the other day. This arborist, it's just unbelievable how fast it happens. We go this way, yeah. So he's just felling a tree, and this widowmaker, which is like kind of a dead broken branch or something that's up in the canopy, when the tree dropped, this widowmaker fell and hit him in the head so hard and penetrated his helmet, and it was stuck in it, and he just like he collapsed to the ground. Like looked like he died. And then he got up and he like pulls his helmet off, like just like, holy, did that just happen? Like, just testament to like how important a helmet is in that kind of profession. Oh, here guys, get in the shade there. Notice, see if I can go back and see those super chats. Let me see here. Coming in. Oh, there's one. There's one. So, thank you, Rob. Thank you for that. Very, very generous. Much appreciated. Not necessary though. And then Sterling Talk. Thank you. Thank you, Sterling. Much appreciated. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the walk. And everyone else. Good to just get a little bit of shade for a sec. Just let my eyes adjust for a sec. Yeah, I saw that I was just before I left, there's talking about the whole Ukraine thing and how like there's like whole coordinated cyber attacks, and the whole the state web infrastructure is getting like DDoS'd, and yeah, just all the fun and games of military conflict, especially when you live in a cyber age where you can sabotage whole like server systems and stuff. So these are kind of the back of Lee's Avenue apartment buildings. Alright. Loving this walk. Beautiful. Yeah, and just this whole thing, like I gained a huge audience, like a huge subscribership. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with all you guys and what direction I want to take the channel, and you know, I'm interested in a lot of different things. I think it'd be kind of fun just to have a channel that is kind of like me. I'm not a professional in any one thing, but I dabble in a lot of things, and I know a fair amount about a little bit about everything, I guess. I don't know, like I love, one of my passions is like wild edibles. I love learning about what you can eat around you and what's safe to eat, what's nutritious and what tastes good, and that fascinates me. You know, like stuff like eating like stinging nettle and searching out chaga on birch trees, making wonderful tea out of that. Stinging nettle tea is wonderful. It's one of the most nutritious plants, and people think it's just like weed to stay away from. I've seen the videos. I think a lot in the Baltic regions of the world, and in Russia, I think they even do it in England as well. But there's like ceremonies where you take like bunches of stinging nettle and you just basically whack each other on the back with it. It's supposed to release all sorts of endorphins. Yeah, we'll keep on this. I was gonna cross the park and walk up Lee's, but we'll continue along here, and then we'll end up kind of on Main Street, and then we'll walk through that neighborhood, and we'll end up on the canal, and then yeah, we'll walk up into the downtown. Beautiful day for a walk. Some exercise. Walk off all the German beer I like to drink. My favorite beer is Dab Dark. This is a really popular park for all the folks around here. Lots of big university population around here and families and stuff over here. So lots of people come to this park and hang out. And recalling the whole like pandemic and stuff. And I think one of the most ridiculous things was at the play structures, they like would cordon off the play structures with like caution tape and put all these signs up. It's like the amount of stupidity I've seen in this past 2 years. I don't even know where to begin. Like it's like every day there's something new that's just the next level of stupid. It's hard to keep up. Everything from like 14 days to flatten the curve. What are we now, like 763 days or something? 2 days to flatten, or 2 weeks to flatten the curve, to beating down peaceful protesters and cooking them with microwave weaponry. Fucking wonderful. Hope all those people in Australia that had that happen to them are okay. The pictures are horrifying. The videos and pictures of what happened to these people who attended the peaceful protest, absolutely horrifying. They literally look like they got cooked. An interesting video I saw the other day was Bill Gates at this Munich conference 2022. Check it out. His message is like almost really cryptic too. Like he's sad. He's like, sadly, and then he goes on. Just listen to what he says. Like he goes on about like the Omicron like vaccine variant. I'm like, what? Like, please elaborate, Bill. And like he felt like it took too long, and like next time, like it's gonna be like 6 months. You're like, next time? What are you talking about? Next time? Like, this guy's gotta go. Like, that man should have no business in public health or even computer software for that matter. Just the gall of this person and the people he's associated with. Disgusting. I can't believe people actually listen to this guy still. Such a hypocrite. Like Like, talking about, yeah, masking should go on, but like meanwhile no one on the stage has masks. Or even speaking of like that, there was a leaked RCMP I guess like kind of thread. It was for their musical ride program or whatever, but anyway, sort of like a private thread between those members. And what they were talking about and how they were talking about like the protesters, and they were like, oh, like we're gonna get our jackboots ready, like save some for us, and like these people need to be held accountable for what they were talking about and what they're promoting. And like meanwhile the whole time, like this is how the like pinnacle of a hypocrisy. So outside, all these law enforcement are all masked up, right? Double masked up. Meanwhile, the pictures from the inside of the Chateau Laurier where they're all hanging out, no one's wearing a mask. Everyone's around mingling, no masks on. Wow. Just, you know. And their phone numbers were displayed in that thread. Like, obviously, as it kind of got passed through the different media organizations, some people blacked it out, but when it was originally released, their phone numbers were on this thread, and I bet they got doxxed big time. But it's the same thing. Like, another despicable thing I've seen happen was there was a hack of all the Give, Send, Go donors and whatnot, and the CBC and the mainstream media started like contacting these people they found on this list and doxing them, and you know, just harassing them over a totally legitimate donation. And just like these people, like, because of this like leak, a lot of these people had their accounts like frozen, which thankfully has been turned around, but that precedent was set. Alright, so this is Immaculata High School. Is it still Immaculata? Yeah, it's still Immaculata. So this is Main Street. We'll go down this way. We'll cross at the lights. Yeah, I was reading about a woman, single mother, obviously not very wealthy, single income mother in BC, gave a $50 donation, and her stuff was seized, and you know, had media trying to contact her, and you know, it's like, we live in a country now where you can be questioned on and have your financial institution shut you off for supporting something that is legal. Like, there was nothing, to like the extent of my knowledge, there was not really anything illegal about people protesting. Like, there was no violence, there was no nothing that would be serious enough happen to declare like a state of emergency or enact all these measures, and then to have like the police chief like threatening that they're gonna pursue people after the fact, and you know, it's crazy. It really is. It really is. All right. So we're getting pretty close. Getting close to the downtown. I just want to start you guys off on that nice river walk. So as far as I know, there is still a red zone of some sort. Like, I heard Jim Watson there talking about wanting to have like Wellington Street like federalized, I guess, and being taken out of the city's responsibility. Westy, little Westy saying hi to the kids. Take the mask off the kids. For the love of God, take those masks off our kids. Do I need to say it again? Take the masks off our kids. I'll say it one more time. Take the masks off our kids. So done with those face diapers. And they're everywhere on the ground. Disgusting. You remember that story? The masks that were recalled from, I think it was the Quebec government, had distributed millions of these graphite laced masks that were later recalled, but not after many children were forced to wear them. They recalled these masks due to graphene exposure. Wonderful stuff. Follow the science. Super duper safe. The only thing that's safe is these people's offshore accounts and all the friggin' money they're making off of this shit. Alright. Oh, wait, we're at the canal. We're at the canal. Is it open? It's another question. Sometimes they open it, sometimes they close it. Depends. You're not supposed to be on it when it's closed. You can get in trouble. Doesn't look like anyone's on it. Oh, there is someone on it. About. We'll do that on the way back or something. And there's one person skating on the canal. So this is Hawthorne Avenue. This is like a swing bridge. So in the summertime when the canal is open for boats, you can swing out of the way. There's the canal, guys. One of my videos there, we took a big walk down the canal at the end. And, it was after that crazy couple there that got me all upset there. But yeah, walked down the canal and we had a beaver tail. Should have just ignored those people though. You always look back on things and should have just laughed them off and ignored them. And, thank you, Sharon Lorraine. Appreciate it. There we go. Now we're like kind of getting into the downtown, into the thick of it. So, what do we got? So they still have Queen Elizabeth blocked off here. We'll take a walk down Queen Elizabeth. It's a really nice walk too. Here, am I gonna get hit? So yeah, even this part down here on the other side, towards like Lansdowne Park, is all closed off too. unnecessary in my opinion that it's still closed. Alright. Yeah, we'll go this way. I want to make my way towards a business. I think it's called the Iconic Cafe. And there's video out there of them getting terrifyingly harassed by police and by law, and they basically like locked the doors and said like, you are scaring us and being very threatening and we're just not going to deal with you. And basically it was like 15 cops surrounded the building in the most like intimidating fashion possible and threatening to break down the window, and just wonderful behavior. And I'm really curious to see what happened, if they're open right now. Or I think the story goes is while the convoy was here, they remained open and fed people, and the truckers and the people from the convoy who ate there were just being the kind people they are. Like they helped like clean the guy's restaurant, and just incredible, like that's the kind of people that were here for 3 weeks. They shovel, they pick up garbage and help out people, feed the homeless, stuff like that. But anyways, so I think what happened is the cops were showing some retribution for being nice to the convoy. I'm gonna make their life difficult, Meanwhile, like, it's such like getting into the hypocrisy again. It's like they close down all these businesses downtown and say like, oh, you should shut down. And like, you know what? Had you had like any gumption, if you're a business owner in those past 3 weeks, if you had any gumption, you would have opened your doors and your bank account would have been overflowing, because the amount of people that wanted to spend money at restaurants and those kind of establishments, there was definitely a demand for it. So if you close down because you listen to Jim Watson, you made a poor decision. Nothing to be scared of. You had absolutely nothing to be scared of. So yeah, this is a very popular place to go biking and running and walk your dog. So beautiful big trees along this stretch. Big trees. It's nice too, like on the Sundays they have a bike Sunday, so they close down these parkways and you can go riding down it and safely with your family. Pretty fun thing to do. Nice oak tree. Actually, just being a tree geek, should take this stuff off here. You see this right here? This is actually choking the tree. And if you leave wires on like that, it's like when you get saplings. I notice a lot of people, they leave like the wire stabilizers on, and they forget about them, and then the cambium grows around, or the bark grows around the wire, and it damages, the tree gets damaged. So like definitely once your tree is old enough to stand up on its own and protect itself from the weather. It should take all those support braces off. These crabapple trees. I'm surprised there's not more people on the canal today. At that property I own, there's this beautiful birch tree that it's almost horizontal over the water, and there we have like a little mini beach and a little park bench right underneath it. And then I wrapped these like kind of like solar like wire lights around the trunk, and so at night it's a really chill place, I must say. But yeah, I call it the bent birch. Yeah, it's nice. You just stick your feet in the sand there, in your bare feet, and ground yourself. And look at this pine. I think that's a mugo pine. Mugos are usually a little lower to the ground, but look at the needles on this thing. Crazy. I remember one job we did, the pine tree was like so full of pollen, and the homeowner, his kid was a professional videographer, and he traveled the world doing his job, and he's a professional drone operator on top of that. So we got some amazing footage of dropping this tree and like all the sections of it, and when the limbs were falling, all the pollen was like coming up in these big swirls, and the drone really captured it. It was quite an entertaining removal. So apparently at one point there was some trucks parked on Queen Elizabeth here, but I don't think there was too many. That's where you can get like beaver tails. And that's actually where I stopped for the beaver tail last time. Oh, skate rental. And the ice looks really nice. The ice is really well flooded. This tree here is interesting. This is a columnar oak, and basically, or a pyramidal oak. So they grow up like a pyramid, right? Or like conical shape. Very cool tree. There's another one there. It's funny too, a lot of the oaks, they don't drop their leaves. Yeah. We're getting into the downtown. This is like a lot of like wealthier houses and embassies. Like that's the German embassy right there. That's our LRT running amazingly. We've had a lot of hiccups with our light rail system. Like quite that in itself was a newsworthy event. It was just like shutdowns and mechanical failures one after another. And, oh my god. Quite the little boondoggle. Oh, we got a wheelie. Thank you, truckers, for the gift of no license plate stickers on vehicles in Ontario now. Back pay even for the last 2 years. Nice. Yeah, I guess in Ontario, Doug Ford announced that they are removing the, I think it's $120 license sticker fee. And even wheelie, they're saying you're getting back paid for 2 years. So yeah. Good, I guess. I saw a tow truck over there. I wanted to make a point of, at the end of my videos, the other live streams the other day, I was walking down where kind of all the tow trucks were that were kind of in line to tow what was left, and it was almost comical. So like the tow trucks they had were all like kind of plastered up with like stickers and duct tape, and all the markings were covered up, and the drivers, they had these like fluorescent green like balaclavas on, you know, with like just the eye holes and the mouth hole. It's just shameful, you know. And like even like the one heavy tow truck was so obviously like the big Volvo that's from OC Transpo, but they like put a sticker over the OC like symbol. And then I think even one of them, I sort of remember seeing it in the Convoy. It was like this orange kind of semi rig. It didn't look like a full-on wrecker. It looked more like just like a semi a rig, but then it had like a towing attachment built onto it. And I think they were using one of the trucks they seized as their tow truck. They like deputized it. They put like police stickers on it and stuff. Just a joke. Hey. You know, you're not doing stuff above board when you have to like completely like tape up everything and hide your identity completely. That seems legit. Oh, did I just see that? So something about 40% mortality rate. Maybe I'm talking about something else, but there's been quite a few life insurance providers in the States coming forward with the amount of deaths they're seeing in 18 to 65-year-olds, and the numbers they're seeing are just through the roof, like beyond like 1 in 100-year event, like kind of catastrophes. Like the numbers apparently of people dropping for whatever reasons. You can speculate on that. Yeah, the numbers apparently are just shocking. So they have a barricade across the canal. Okay. You wouldn't want those trucks going down the ice now, eh? Yeah. Would have been a great year for Winterlude. All the businesses that would have thrived had we had Winterlude, but you fell for it. You got hoodwinked. All right. Let's continue down the path here, and we'll end up kind of at the Confederation Park where that encampment was set up. And then we'll walk in. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to take you guys on a really nice walk and just stay positive. And squirrelies, he's eyeballing me. What are you looking at? Yeah, one of my guilty pleasures is feeding my birds and my squirrels in my backyard. I derive a lot of happiness from that. Quite a lot of visitors. All my chickadees and cardinals and juncos and a few different kinds of finches and sparrows, and in the summertime you get all sorts of different stuff. My property there, we started getting we got the hummingbirds to come, which is very exciting. And deep down I wouldn't mind being one of those like hummingbird whisperers, you know. You like set up like the feeders around your head, or you're able to like call them and get them to come over. There's so many cool videos like that online of people connecting with their hummingbirds. Fascinating little critters they are. It'd be funny if like humans had to move around like that, just at like such a manic pace, and like constantly had to drink like sugar water and maple syrup to survive. Pretty funny. Okay, where are you going? Okay, see you later. Bye, bye. Okay, bye. Catch you later. And they're feisty. They're very, very territorial, and they got like little short person, like that short man syndrome, the big tough guy, short guy syndrome. That's hummingbirds. I guess a lot of you guys too, if you don't really experience like winter or snow like we do in Canada here, so it's kind of, it's kind of getting tired of the winter. Like I'd love to be like a snowbird and peace out to Florida for the winter and then come back. That'd be awesome. The mandates get lifted and we don't have to get experimental injections to cross the border, and we can just go with our passports. It would be nice to do. This is like City Hall and Army Barracks. The drill hall. It's where like a lot of the Army cadets meet up. This is Laurier. Just say we'll come up the backside of the NAC and see what's happening. I wonder if we can get to the War Memorial. Oh wow, this is some nice artwork. Never even seen this. Beautiful. So there's a lot of really talented artists in Ottawa. Wow. Pretty sweet, eh? There you go. Alright, let's go this way. So that's the Shaw Center / Rito Center. It's like a conference center. So the Rito Center had shut down completely for the time that the convoy was there due to people not wearing masks, some reason like that. And so they reopened like 2 days ago, and it was like apparently like completely dead, but some guy decided to do a robbery with a firearm and basically caused this whole like crazy incident where they, locked down. Oh wow. Ford Taurus wagon. Jeez, I haven't seen one of those in years. But yeah, it was a whole like crazy incident. It was quite the police response apparently. And go up here. Whoop. Welcome to the world's largest skating rink. Yeah. Sweet. Pretty lucky to have it. So, right now we're going underneath Mackenzie King. I don't know if you guys remember from like the footage of when stuff was going down. So like over there was like the intersection where you saw like people getting like hit with like the butts of the tear gas gun, and that's where all that was going on. And then they had people lined up for hours. They had some sort of processing going on, and they had people lined up for hours waiting to get processed, and then they would just get released on no charges. And there's also a lot of stories of the police just driving protesters to the outskirts of town and dropping them off, sometimes without the proper winter gear. Like sometimes you weren't prepared properly when you got arrested or falsely arrested. And yeah, so people were getting dropped off out of town, and they had to find their way back. So yeah, that's the Westin Hotel Conference Center. Kind of like the glass. The glass is kind of neat. That's the old train station. This is the back of the NAC, National Art Center. And the last time I was here, we saw the Trailer Park Boys. The Trailer Park Boys did a live show here, and it was so funny. Like, oh my god. Oh, rest in peace, Jim Leahy. Yeah, John Dunsworth, that's it. But yeah, what a show. If you haven't seen the Trailer Park Boys, that's comedy gold. Okay, so they have like police line here, so we're not gonna cross that. And then it looks like it's all fenced up there still at the and then here as well, look at that. I'm gonna have the double back. Yeah, it looks like it's all, the ramp's all blocked off here. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh well, we'll walk back and then we'll walk around. It's all good. I am the liquor. Oh my god. Oh, there's what's it called? So Ricky, he has a show, and it's like Getting Learnt with Ricky or something. And basically he has like a workshop, and he does like these projects, like he'll build like a bird feeder, and he'll do it in, the way Ricky would do it. And sometimes you have a cameo by Bubbles, but it is funny. Like, I don't know, like how you can film that show and keep a straight face is beyond me. My favorite character is probably J-Rock, Jonathan Torrance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What do you know what I'm saying? Please count in my know what I'm sayings. And Randy and his big cheeseburger belly. I had a roofing foreman whose Trailer Park Boys impressions were pretty bang on, and he had a fantastic memory for lines, for memorizing lines from the show, so we had a lot of fun listening to that. Did an amazing Bubbles impression. Cyrus was another hilarious character too, in his red Corvette and his leather jacket and his handgun. My father told me he loved me once. Oh, you can't go through the park. This is getting annoying. Jesus. Man, it's slippery. You can't even go into the park. Why not down? Here, we'll walk this way. So I started, it'll probably take a little while. I think I just gotta sit down and get into it. But I started going through, and I want to do like kind of individual videos of some of the people I met and interviewed, and just like kind of have it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in like YouTube short format or just regular video format. But I really want to just kind of do some highlights and snippet of the people I met along the way, snippets. But yeah. YouTube's been pretty good to me for uploads and stuff, and getting things. Wasn't too many issues, with like copyright, ad suitability. We just had to get quite a few human reviews, but those worked out for me, so thank you for that. So this is City Hall. I always found it funny, the logo for the city of Ottawa, the O there, it has a very close resemblance to 3 6s, first of all, 666, and then it also looks like a toilet bowl flushing and all your money going down the drain. And symbols, guys, like look at the symbols. So like that, for example, and then look at the World Economic Forum's logo. There's another, the way they have the slash, like the curve of the globe, it forms 3 6s. It's, look around you guys. There's a lot to see. Symbols are an important part of it. So we're coming into the downtown now. Still a fair amount of police here in front of the Lord Elgin Hotel. This is the courthouse. There, that's the courthouse. Oh, CERN. That's a good topic. CERN. Yeah. It's a big Hadron Collider, basically. And even the logo for that has 3 6s in it. But basically, it's a big particle accelerator that is like 32 kilometer circumference or something. And basically, they're trying to rip the time-space fabric and do all these experiments, getting into like dark matter and smashing particles together. Crazy stuff. And I trained with some people, and some of them were involved in that, and it's a very interesting topic. So this is Laurier. It's nice to see there's a little bit more lively down here, a little bit more of a heartbeat. It was really sad, like even the past 2 years this whole downtown core has been a ghost town. Kind of depressing. I just think it's funny, like a lot of the so-called conspiracies we've seen over the years, a lot of them have kind of materialized to just some truth. So it's funny how that works. So yeah, we can't go any farther than here. At least, well, probably not without a valid reason. And I don't think citizen journalist would qualify. It's the amount of, saw a vid of Alexa there from Rebel News, and she had her like independent press pass, like a legit document, and she showed it to the cop, and the cop's like, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna take that. You could have printed that up on your printer. It's like, what? Yeah, like the state emergency has been lifted. Like there's no reason for this law enforcement to still be present. Absolutely none. Complete waste of taxpayers' money. This whole thing has been. Like, just imagine the cost of transporting a platoon of police from Vancouver. Like VDP was here, Sudbury, all the police from Quebec, like all these like police forces from all over the country. Just imagine the cost of that for what, a few thousand peaceful protesters with bouncy castles and street hockey and having barbecues. Give me a break. So this is O'Connor. Still blocked off here. Permission only. Like there's stuff happening, but it's like an onion. They have layers of barriers and roadblocks. Like when it was going on, like they had, like I live near in the East End, and they had one checkpoint at the Rideau Street Bridge, kind of like almost where we started, just around there. And like just to get onto Rideau Street, they were like questioning people and actually stopping them illegally. There's illegally detaining people, I think, when you have a roadblock like that. There's no basis of why you're stopping people, and then you're profiling, because people, I know for a fact, people were being profiled because they had like a Canada flag on their car. We're coming up on Bank Street. So as far as I know, the trucks have pretty much all like headed to like their respective locations, and there was a few like kind of private properties on the outskirts of town, and as far as I know, there's not much happening even at those properties anymore. Everyone's just kind of, gone away, regrouped, whatever they're doing. Papers, please. Papers, please. Yeah, it's fucked up that I can't go, or I'll be questioned if I go past them. I think there's a very good chance. Oh yeah, please remember, that's a good one to mention. There was a veteran that they basically kicked the shit out of in front of the war memorial. I think there's a fair amount of footage about that. But yeah, laid the boots to a veteran in front of the war memorial. Savage. After this, I had trust issues with law enforcement, but after this, I have pretty much zero trust for law enforcement. And it's hard because what do I tell my son? Not to trust the cops. If you need help, don't ask a cop for help. That's sad. Because I know personally a lot of cops. I know them personally, and they're really good guys. And girls. Some really, really solid, decent people in Ottawa Police and RCMP. I know some too. And it's frustrating. I saw his name, Viva Frey. He's got a great channel. He's got his whole podcast and everything that all set up. He's got a pretty good point of view on things. Alright, let's see. Something smells good. It smells like Indian. It smells something really good, like a curry and a dal. I can smell the lentil. I wonder how big this outer perimeter is. So as you can see, there's obviously no need to have blockades still up. Very, very apparent. No need for it. So different down here without the trucks. It's just crazy because like people are saying like the crime rate went down, the streets were the cleanest they ever been. Like I felt so safe when I was walking amongst those trucks talking to all those people. And then I would finish the live stream and I'd walk down Rito Street and it was just like terrifying sometimes. Like I'm a big guy, I can hold my own, but you know it's terrifying to see some of the characters on Rito Street and you know what's happening in their lives and just really scummy part of town. I know. We'll start to wind down this live stream a little bit. I'll take you over here. I want to see what the artwork looks like. There's a big graffiti wall, and I think that might be a good place to call it a day. And we'll have another live stream soon. So this is Laurier and Bay Street. Like, there's no reason to have this all checkpointed still. Zero. It's a waste of money. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming on board today. It's really nice having you. See those wonderful comments. And funny how little trolls there were too. And this is also a dog park as well. This is like kind of the outer edge of downtown. Alright. Hit the footmark checkpoint right here. But yeah, this is a nice little dog park, and then beautiful graffiti shows up here. Really, really nice stuff. Lost our dog a little while ago. It was really sad. We got a big mastiff. But yeah, we're thinking about it. We're looking. We're thinking about it. They become part of your family, don't they? Really, something else to have a friend like a dog. But anywho, just want to say thank you, and I just want to send my prayers and best wishes out to all those who are being affected by this war and this conflict, and just want to say God bless and thank you for being here. And we'll catch you on the flip side, everybody.
Oh no. Just look up.